Nigeria Info.
On the news this afternoon, President Muhammadu Buhari in isolation after a 2-week trip to London. Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong imposes curfew in 3 local government areas following attacks. Gunmen attack College of Agriculture and Animal Science in Bakura local government area, Zamfara State. Governor Nyesom Wike urges PDP to take defecting governors to court. On the foreign scene, Taliban takes over Kabul as Afghan president flees. I am Ifiemi Andrew. The Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, MD-CAN, has extended the ultimatum given to the federal government to review their salary and other welfare issues. Recall that MD-CAN on July 26 issued a 21-day ultimatum to the federal government to correct the unwarranted removal of the consultants from CONMES or CONWA salary scale by their employing universities who had earlier placed them on CONMES upon appointment about 10 years ago. Speaking on this, MD-CAN chairman at UPTH, Chukwuemeka Agi, told correspondent Martha Okere that the association at a meeting yesterday decided to give government some time to look into their demands. He said the association will review the extended ultimatum after 2 weeks to measure government's response. President Muhammadu Buhari and members of his delegation have gone into isolation after returning from London. The president arrived on Friday, about 18 days after he left for an education summit and medical check. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, confirmed this on Sunday. He explained that the move was in line with the NCDC guidelines for international travel. Gunmen have attacked the College of Agriculture and Animal Science in Bakura local government area of Zamfara State. Channels Television reports that the gunmen stormed the institution around 11 p.m. on Sunday and kidnapped an unspecified number of students and staff of the college personnel and 2 watchmen. Police Public Relations Shehu confirmed the incident. This is not the first time that the school has been attacked by bandits. Recall that in July this year, the provost of the college, Habibu Bukolu, a teacher and the son of an INEC official, were kidnapped. Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong has imposed a curfew on Jos North, Bassa and Jos South local government areas following Saturday's attack on Rukuba Road in Jos North local government area of the state. The attack saw 23 travelers going from Bauchi through Jos to Ikare in Ondo State killed. Receiving treatment, 26 others were rescued unhurt. State Governor David Umahi and Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade for defecting to the APC. Governor Wike said the decision of the court will help to address the issues of incessant defection by politicians. He said Governor Umahi and his counterpart, Professor Ayade, in their action are in violation of the Constitution because there was no reason for their defection.
I have encouraged the People Democratic Party, they must file a suit against the governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, and the governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, for defecting to the All Progressive Congress without any reason preferred as provided in the Constitution or any other enabling law. Let it be on record that the party has been able to challenge this, and let us await the outcome of the decision of the courts. Because the court has a role to strengthen our democracy. And part of the role the court must play is to make a final pronouncement on this issue of defection from one party to the other, having been elected by a particular political party. And when there are no divisions in the party, and people will come up with all kinds of excuses, they must challenge this, just like they are challenging the one of Zamfara. We cannot let go these other 2 states. It doesn't matter whether they win at the end of the day, but for once, let there be a pronouncement.
Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the governor also explained that the PDP is challenging their defection to strengthen democracy in the country and not for them to return to the party.
Time has come that the judiciary must rise up to the occasion to make a final pronouncement on this issue of defection, and that will go a long way to strengthen our democracy. Because if we do not take action, you will find out a situation where you have a one-party state, and that will not be good for our system, for our democracy. What PDP is looking for is not just that they want to reclaim the seats, but that a pronouncement must be made by the judiciary of this incessant defection without no reasons at all.
A report says one person has been killed in Elele Alimini community in Emoha local government area following an arrest. The councillor representing Elele Alimini Ward 10, Ifiemi Dike, told our correspondent that trouble started after the vice chairman of the CDC, Christian Chukwu, was nearly tortured to death by members of the disbanded local security outfit OSPAC. He said the situation led to a reprisal attack by the youths of the community, which led to the death of a member of the disbanded OSPAC, John Amadi. He, however, called for the deployment of security agencies to the community to forestall any breakdown of law and order.
The guy had personal problem with one of the members, the disbanded OSPAC. He went and called either 2 or 3 persons of that same disbanded OSPAC. They did. That guy lost consciousness. The brother felt he had died, not knowing that the boy is still alive. So my greatest surprise, I heard the information that the community has invaded the OSPAC premises, the disbanded OSPAC premises. So my brother, I'm calling on Nigerian Army, calling on police, the DSS to come to our aid. I have the council representing this.
The management of River State College of Health Science and Management Technology says the report of the panel set up to investigate the allegation of rape against one of its lecturer, Chikwere Chikakbobi, by a female student of the institution has shown that there were no evidence to establish that she was raped. Provost of the institution, Professor Franklin Nlerum, at the media briefing said the management of the institution has extended the suspension of Mr. Chikakbobi to 3 months with half salary for sexually harassing a female student. He said the management also removed him as head of the Department of Dental Surgery Technician.
The management of the college, in an emergency meeting which was held on the 5th of August 2021, had decided to suspend the lecturer, Mr. Chukure Princeway, the head of Department of Dental Surgery Technician of the college, for the case of sexual harassment against one of the female students in that department. The case of rape, however, was not fully established as indicated by the committee that handled the case because there were no evidence to really determine actually that Chukure raped the student in question.
Recall that a mother of a female student of the college had on April 16, 2021 alleged that her daughter was raped by a lecturer in the college, Chukure Chikakbobi. The chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria and Rivers State, Chizoke Ihunwo, has urged the federal government to allow the not too young to run law take effect if its administration means well for the youth of the country. Mr. Ihunwo made this known on the sideline of this year's International Youth Day. The youth leader, in an interview with our correspondent, said youths are eager to lead, but the political arena is still taken over by selfish politicians.
That the federal government led by Muhammadu Buhari has failed Nigeria. It's not too young to run bill, it's not working. If we have young people in position of trust in this country, you see that the issue of crime and criminality will reduce. It doesn't have to the right. So everybody must not be a politician. We must not begin to galvanize other places for us to do well. And my advice to Rivers State is that the time has come for us to now look at how we can begin to help ourselves to grow. I also call on the youth. There's need for us to be in unity so that we can take one leadership in this country.
Mr. Chizoke Ihunwo, who also advised youths to invest their time in meaningful business, said the Youth Council is resolved to monitor and hand over any criminal disturbing the peace of the state to the police.
70% of the crime committed in this state are done by young people. So we are engaging our way to say, look, talk to our people, the youth leaders in different LGA and other communities who have started reporting those people who are bad heads in the youth. So people are youth leaders need to protect their community. So I think this is must by talking with the state government, and anytime from now you begin to see results. So for us as young people, I want to advise my brothers and my sisters, this state must be secure so that we can have peace, and companies, multinationals who are in Lagos will start returning back because they can say the infrastructural development in the state done by the Rivers State government.
Still ahead, some businesses remain closed in Owerri, Imo State capital, despite suspension of weekly sit-at-home order by IPOP. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
In business, some businesses did not open today in Owerri, Imo State capital, despite the suspension of the weekly sit-at-home order by IPOB. The Punch monitored and observed the streets and roads were deserted. Some skeletal services were in the market and among commercial motorists. A few petrol stations opened today as cars plied the roads intermittently. In entertainment, Nollywood actress Doris Chima has died after a battle with cancer. The news of her death was confirmed by the chairman of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Lagos chapter, Emeka Rising Ibe. Before her death, Chima was a foundation member of AGN and former vice chairperson of Lagos AGN. In sports, Rwandan president and Arsenal fan Paul Kagame has vented his frustration at the club's shocking defeat by a newly promoted club on the opening day of the English Premier League season. Brentford, after a 74-year absence from top-tier football, defeated Arsenal 2-0. Mr. Kagame often comments on the Gunners, a club sponsored by his government. After Friday's away game, he tweeted, We just must not excuse or accept mediocrity. A team has to be built with purpose to win. Win and win.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
UK Prime Minister Boris is starting to become a breeding ground for terror as the Taliban enters the capital, Kabul. Speaking after a meeting of the Emergency Cobra Committee, he said the situation continues to be extremely difficult and will even become more serious.
That there is going to be, or there is going to be very shortly, a new government in Kabul, or a new political dispensation, however you want to put it. And I think it's very important that the West collectively should work together to get over to that new government, be it by the Taliban or anybody else. That nobody wants Afghanistan once again to be a breeding ground for terror, and we don't think that it's in the interests of the people of Afghanistan.
The UK Parliament has been recalled on Wednesday to discuss the situation. Meanwhile, a spokesman for the Taliban has told the BBC that there will be no revenge on the people of Afghanistan. Sahel Shaheen said the people in Afghanistan are safe.
I'm Muhammad Sahel Shaheen, member of the negotiation team of the Islamic Community of Afghanistan. There should not be any confusion. We assure the people of Pakistan, particularly in the city of Kabul, that their properties, their lives are safe. There will be no revenge on anyone. We are the servant of the people and of this country. Our leadership have instructed our forces to remain at the gate of the Kabul, not to enter the city. We are awaiting a peaceful transfer of power.
On the news this afternoon, you heard that President Muhammadu Buhari is in isolation after a 2-week trip to London. The Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong has imposed a curfew in 3 local government areas following attacks. Gunmen have attacked the College of Agriculture and Animal Science in Bakura local government area of Zamfara State. Governor Nyesom Wike has urged the PDP to take defecting governors to court. On the foreign scene, you heard that the Taliban has taken over Kabul as the Afghan president flees the country. The news was edited by Choma Ezenwafo. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. Partly sunny weather expected in Port Harcourt this afternoon. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Thank you for